Alright, today in algebra we talked about one-step equations. So first thing we talked about was what an inverse operation is. The whole purpose of that is for the inverses to undo each other. Okay, so the opposite, to make other things go away. So we're going to look at the different operations that we could possibly have and their inverses. Okay, so if our operation is to add, to undo addition, or the inverse of addition is subtraction. So if I'm adding, to undo that, I subtract. Okay, and then it's vice versa the other way. So if I'm subtracting to undo, I'm going to add. Okay, then we move on to multiply and okay, so the undo multiplication, you're going to divide, and vice versa there as well. Okay, your whole goal for this is to isolate the variable. Okay, the word isolate means to get that variable, get that letter by itself. Okay, you want it just to be x equals y equals whatever letter they're using, get that by itself. Okay, there's also a golden rule in this. The golden rule is what you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other. So like the golden rule in life, what you do to, or treat others like you want to be treated. Okay, so let's look at some examples. First example, I have x minus 10 equals 4. I need to look at what operation's happening, so I'm subtracting. So to undo subtraction, the inverse is to add. So I'm going to add what I have there. Okay, that'll undo it. Negative 10 plus 10 is 0, so that'll get rid of that. Well, because this is the equal sign, I have to do it to the other side as well. Okay, so that goes away. I have x equals, and then 4 plus 10 is 14. My variable's by itself, so this is your answer. Okay, now if I have 2/5 equals m plus 1/5. Okay, again, let's look at the operation. The operation is addition. To undo addition, I need to subtract. So I'm going to subtract 1/5 from both sides. So I have m equals 2/5 minus 1/5 is 2 minus 1 is 1/5. Okay, again, my variable's by itself, so I have that answer. Okay, let's see example 3. I have negative 4 equals k divided by negative 5. So that operation is division, because it's even as a fraction, it still means to divide. So to undo this, I need to multiply. So I'm going to multiply by what I have. Okay, so then I have k equals, well, negative 5 times negative 4 is positive 20. What if I have 2m over 3 equal to 2? Okay, this is basically the same thing as if I had 2/3 m equals 2. Okay, when we have fractions, this does mean multiply, but instead of dividing by a fraction, because that looks ugly, we're going to flip it. So flip this and multiply. Okay, the reason we can do this is because if I look at this, 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 3 is 6, and then over here I'd have 2 times 3 is 6 over 2. Okay, well, 6 divided by 6 is 1, and that's 1m. Okay, that's what we want. We want the m to be 1 by itself. Okay, then here 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, the reason we can do this is because dividing by a fraction is the same thing as flipping the second and multiplying. Okay, so remember that little rule. If I had 2/3 divided by 2/3, okay, this is the same thing as 2/3 times flipping the second and multiplying. But instead of going through all of this, just start with that from the beginning. Okay, last example. I have 7x equals 56. Okay, well this means 7 times x, so to undo multiplication I divide. So I'm going to divide by 7. So x equals 8. Alright, your homework on this is a worksheet, so make sure you get that if you missed it. And please come to tutorials if you have any further questions. Alright, good luck.